We're here at the Orange County Convention Center in Orlando, Florida for the Veterinary Meeting and Expo with Dr. Lowell Ackerman, the Vice President of Orivet. Thanks for having us, Dr. Ackerman.
Thank you, Kimberly.
Yes.
So give us a little background on Orivet and how you decided to come up with, well, you and a team, I'm guessing, came up with the idea of genetic testing for pets. It's very interesting.
It is. Of course, genetic testing has been around for a long time in the human field.
DNA testing in humans has been a hot topic in recent years, with websites like Ancestry.com allowing a person to find out about their heritage.
It's been around for a while in the veterinary field as well, but we put it together as part of a package of personalized medicine. That is, we're really more interested in keeping pets healthy than waiting for them to get sick before we start treating them.
True.
And I did the DNA thing. For me, it was more just to find out the background of my history and things like this. I found Orivet to be way more comprehensive as far as the information that you get, that's more useful than just, hey, you're 25% Irish.
Actually, the main part of what we do has very little to do with ancestry and everything to do with health, right? Risk assessment.
Orivet focuses on finding risk factors associated with breed, the region where the pet resides, and infectious disease potential, with the hope of intervening before problems arise.
It's actually much more than just genetic testing. It's trying to understand where pets may be at risk for problems and then intervening before any problems happen.
Testing begins with a comprehensive questionnaire, which can help fill in some answers that the genetic testing cannot tell, such as allergies, hypothyroidism, or epilepsy.
The genetic component is one part, but really we try to put everything together in a comprehensive way.
See, now that makes sense, because in humans you would consider things like epilepsy, but I just felt myself go, ooh, dogs can have epilepsy?
Oh, dogs can have epilepsy, and there's often striking breed predispositions. And actually, even in a few breeds, we have genetic tests for susceptibility to epilepsy. But most of the time, we just want to know that this is a problem in the breed. You need to be aware of it.
Sure.
And then your veterinarian can address it, hopefully proactively.
And you actually come up with things called like a health life plan, right? Explain what that is.
Yeah, so the life plan is what we try to do is create, it's an action plan, it's a roadmap, whatever you want to call it, where we start with the information, we determine risk, and we plan out over the animal's anticipated lifespan where we should intervene, where we should test, where we should monitor, so that actually the pet owner and the veterinarian are on exactly the same page as to at what life stages different testing should happen.
Testing can also measure MDR1, which will tell the likelihood of having an adverse reaction when the animals are given certain drugs.
Before the veterinarian reaches for one of those drugs, it would be really handy to know that the animal doesn't have this mutation. And then there are just various, we have over 180 different disease mutations that we screen for, yeah.
The process is very easy. Open the sleeve, place the swab inside the pet's mouth, pinch the cheek around the bristle and gently roll.
You're a good girl.
Repeat with all 3 swabs, then allow them to dry. Place swabs back in the original packaging, seal the packet with provided barcode sticker, write your name and pet's name on the package, complete form or fill out online, and mail back to Orivet.
If you're in your veterinary hospital and they're taking blood for some other reason, they want to do some blood work. In addition, they can just take a couple of drops because that's all it's needed.
Dr. Ackerman recommends getting pet health insurance at 8 weeks of age, followed by DNA testing at 12 weeks.
And then at 16 weeks of age, the veterinarian and the pet owner can sit down and plan out a lifetime of health care together. And everybody will be on the same page because they know exactly what the risk factors are.
I must be so far removed from this because I'm shocked that you can actually get health insurance.
That's kind of why I said health insurance for your pet. It's just, well, that's your field, so you know that's very common practice, I guess. But yeah, I've never really heard. I didn't know you could just pick up a plan for your dog.
Oh, you can. It doesn't involve anything. You can go online and just sign up for a plan.
Dr. Nompik is the CEO at Orivet Genetic Pet Care.
As the CEO of Orivet, I'm very proud to be involved with putting tools in the hands of pet owners to really learn about their pets, understand their pet more, and really promote their pet's health, giving them a way to look after their pets the best way that they can. Orivet started as a general pathology company back in Australia. We had a genetic department that was mainly looking after veterinarians and breeders. We basically realized that the needs of the breeder and the needs of the general consumer are different to the ones of the veterinarians, and it established its own entity as Orivet Genetic Pet Care, really a dedicated business to help breeders and pet owners understand and breed healthy animals.
This is a useful tool for breeders as they can tell which animals have the gene for disease and choose healthy mates that are free of that gene to produce healthy puppies.
Pet owners really learn a whole bunch of information about their pets, anything from why they behave a certain way, why they look a certain way, why they like chasing balls or digging in the backyard. Also learn about some of the health risks that might be associated with their pets, so they can plan for the future. They can be aware of clinical signs when they develop early, so they can be more effective with treatment and have more treatment options. Sometimes, you might even be able to affect the progression of disease, or you might even be able to prevent it.
Tests range from breed identification to disease screening. Normally it takes 10 to 14 business days to get the results.
The cost of the test range anywhere from $80 to $120, depending on what you want to find out about your pet. Some pet owners already know their breeds and they just want to screen for disease. Some people just want to learn more about their breed makeup. So that's the range. You can get these tests anywhere online through Orivet website, orivet.com, or even on Amazon and some of the other major pet retail websites like Chewy and the like.
Good girl.
It's not a major, investment to have it done.
Especially to know things early on that you can look out for, rather, as you said, than get slammed with a $1,000 bill down the road when it's something that if you invested $125 up front, you just saw it coming.
And in the old days, you used to have to select the individual tests. So you say, I wanted to test for this form of blindness, and I wanted to test for this form of bleeding disorder, and pay for them individually. But now you get all of those tests on one panel for one price.
Very cool.
It's been a remarkable change.
Now, what other products are hitting the market with Orivet?
This is a tap tag. So, on one side of it, you've got a QR code.
Okay.
That if your pet gets lost or it ends up at a shelter somewhere, you can take a picture of the QR code, or it's got near-field communication technology. You can just tap it with your phone.
It then gives the ability to contact the owner and provide the GPS coordinates of where the pet is located.
It also has information on there where you can find out where the nearest veterinary emergency clinic is.
Oh, wow.
Right? So that if the animal is hurt, you know where to go.
Right.
Yeah. And for people who are worried about privacy, it's not like it gives your address, or your phone number. So if people want to call, it'll be routed through Orivet so that no one will know your information.
They don't get your direct info.
Right. So if your daughter is walking in the park, someone can't scan the dog's code and say, okay, I know where she lives. That's right. Exactly.
That's good. Well, I like the aspect that if my pet got lost, if I was going around personally looking at different shelters and I'm like, that's my dog.
Right.
I'm guessing you have to prove to the people that run the shelter that that's your dog, and you just scan it, right? Your name will pop up and all of that, and they'll say, oh, that's right.
And if we've done testing, we've got a genetic fingerprint.
While the tap tag is an excellent tool for keeping animals safe, Dr. Ackerman stresses that learning about your pet's DNA is the best way to protect them.
We really want to get the word out so that pet owners, first of all, that they're not afraid, because actually knowing is empowering.
Sure. Of course.
Really. I know there's a temptation, there is on the human side as well, to say, I don't want to know if I carry the gene for this problem or that problem. But the way we're able to intervene early and be proactive is to know.
Since animals can't verbally tell you when they're in pain, diseases are often not discovered until it is too late, which is why Dr. Ackerman encourages people to get their pets tested early.
We want to keep animals healthy. I mean, that is the entire goal of what we're trying to do.
Well, it's a great product and a great message, and something that all pet owners, especially if they're looking into getting a brand new pet, new puppy, something they should certainly think about doing.
Absolutely. And I would say that there is no animal that is too old to get tested. You definitely get the most benefit when we do it young.
Got it.
But for a lot of these diseases, they don't manifest until later in life. And so we can still get a lot of information when we do it.
Well, thank you for being on our program and sharing what you're doing to ensure our pets' health.
Kimberly, Ethan, it's been my pleasure.
Appreciate it, Dr.
Thank
Ackerman.
you.
Thanks.
Thank you.